everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I am MaryAnne and I am excited to be here with you today. I am going to be reading your daily sun sign love connections for those that are new. A special welcome to you. Those returning, a special welcome to you. I greatly appreciate every one of you. So I read for those that are new, I have a format. I read for 2 sun signs every single day. I don't do what other readers do where there's a conglomerate of all of the signs in a day or two. I do it one day at a time. So I have a first half of the month reading. Today's June 7th, actually starting our new week. Amazing week we'll speak more about. And then I read a second half of the month. So every sign gets a reading, and I call it the featured sign by going around my astrology wheel. And there's an order, that way you know when your sign will be here, or your friends or your family or any cross watchers are always welcome. And then I pick an highlighted connection for this featured sign, and that's random. That is spiritly guided. I never know what it is, and sometimes 2 or 3 of the signs have the same highlighted connection that month. There's reasons for it. There's messages that need to be heard if you choose to listen, and they're usually very, very informative and uplifting, and they're there to bring you to your highest good, okay, and to ignite parts of you that maybe are a little bit dormant, or various things of that nature. So right in front of you, I'm going to do this, and today's is going to be a second attempt to read the reading for the featured sign of Leo. So I read for Leo 2 days ago and have tried to upload your video ever since, and it just wasn't happening. So I did finally delete it, and I did Virgos yesterday. We're back in line with Leo, and then I'll go back to Libra tomorrow. I hope that makes sense. So the highlighted connection for Leo today, because everything's going to be brand new, Leo. We have a lot of energies right now that'll continue to work with us throughout months to come with the eclipses we'll talk about. But for today and for the next few days in the mid part of the month, it should sort of just kind of flow, and it might match your interests and your resonance today. It may not for a couple days, so just give it some time. But today's highlighted for the beautiful sign of Leo is Virgo. Well, I just did Virgo yesterday. And Virgo's highlighted was that of, what was that, Aries? Aquarius. Yes, that's right. It was just yesterday. My, how quickly we forget. I love Leo and Virgo, and I will explain why. So first of all, I like to let you know that this highlighted connection, I read 3 major categories for. Under the main, I think, important issues that cover most questions for people. The overall energy, read the first, the possible blessings or obstacles is the second, and then finances is the third category. So that is for this highlighted connection. And then I go on to read 2 oracle messages, and I do finish the highlighted connection reading with a rune to culminate and to just kind of, complete the reading. And then, everybody gets a message here, and I hope you resonate and connect with it right away. That's always my intention, and that's what Spirit wants for you too, in some facet. So Leo, you're a beautiful, beautiful fiery element. You are the fire sign, and you have so much energy and just creativity. You are very strong. You are known for your strength and courage and valor and pride and dignity. And you do have, on the physical realm, you have this beautiful Leo mane, they call it, like the lion. You're the king of the forest. You are the center stage actor in your life. And this is something that, you're very talented. A lot of times I find, and certainly people I know, Leo-wise, do tend to go into the creative arts and into places where they can be seen. They're very proud. They are ruled by the sun. The sun is the most brilliant star in the galaxy. And it is there to wish upon, to dream upon. It is our sun sign, which means it's the first planet in our house. Our houses in our natal chart, there are 12. It's what gives us our desires, and it ignites our ego, to have the the strength and the determination to go after what we want and to be seen in the way we want to and to deal with things the way we choose and to work and collaborate and connect with people we choose on every level of love, which is what my readings are about. And you just shine, you know, you have that incredible magnetism to you and you love it. And people love you for that. In other words, I think your main thing is how incredibly passionate you are. You know, you do things with a spirit of furthering a goal, furthering people's lives, helping them to see the strength in themselves. You know, every single sign gives another sign something that they can work with or recognize that may not have their personality trait, you know, and a lot of the times you connect with that or you don't. Now, right off the bat, fire is extremely good with that. You can get along with anybody. We all can get along with anybody. But fire element is always extremely good with, first and foremost, I would say, other fire elements, because you just get each other, and between the two of you, you know, you can ignite the world. You know, that passion is really strong, and it motivates you and the people you're with to do exactly what you want to do, and you won't stop until you do. And that's very, very inspirational. You tend to be leaders for that reason alone. Great counselors, great life coaches, you know, bigger than life kind of speakers, certainly influencers on YouTube. The list goes on. The second really, really great combination for you element-wise would be that of air. And it just so happens we are in the season of Gemini. So yes, I know many, many, many in my 30 plus years of reading tarot, and certainly longer for astrology and compatibility studies and interests, air. That would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And right now we are in Gemini season. And right now Gemini is the sign, Mercury is in Gemini. And it just happens that Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini. So it's very much of a mind element and sign, I should say. Whereas it is an air sign. Mercury ruled is really about the mind. It's just so sharp, and it moves quick, and it's active, and you're a mutable sign, Gemini, so you're very capable of changing and adapting and furthering and expanding yourself, and education and just excitement and fun and socializing and you know, connecting and networking and all this sort of thing is very much happening right now. And it's sporadic and it's changeable. There's the duality with the twins that represent Gemini. This is exciting for you, Leo. You really like this energy, and yeah, it can be a little frustrating because you can't seem to hold it down at times, but you love it. And it is something that like I said, it's a great energy. You can both fuel each other in beautiful ways and harmonious ways. You complement each other very well. And so we have that happening for you right now, Leo, which is very, very good. But I will mention that the new moon eclipse on the 10th, this Thursday, is happening in Gemini as well. So I can't really, you know, articulate enough how there's a huge push in our ability and wanting to connect more, to communicate more, to express ourselves. And you love doing that anyway, Leo, and so does Gemini. So this is a very good time for you to start really focusing on ways to up your game that way, you know, and maybe change your career or what you do and have done in another way, you know, through technology. That's huge this year with Jupiter having gone into Aquarius, okay? And Jupiter is benevolent, and it's beautiful, and it's lucky, and it brings in, you know, opportunities and expansion in areas, as I mentioned, that have to do with Aquarius this year, because it goes in each sign every 12 years. Having said that, Jupiter did go into Pisces for a short stint, though, starting on May 13th. It will be there through July 28th. What does that mean? That means, Leo, that you have a lot more creativity ideas coming into your mind. There's a sense of a healing in all forms of your life. That's what Pisces energy does. It's a water element. It's definitely focused in our heart, in our compassion, in our emotions, our vulnerability, our relationships, our love. You know, the list goes on, and it is a beautiful influence for all of us right now. And it feels easier, and it feels like things can happen, and there's a lot of trust in that. And then what's the last thing I want to say? Well, Venus is in Cancer, the planet of love and you know, magic and feeling good and loving what you see, what you taste, things, sensuality is all very much a part of that. So there's another water sign element that's happening and affecting all of us. And Mars, last but not least. Mars is in Cancer. So a push that's going to be in your sign by the end of the month. Yes, we're going to have beautiful Mars going into your sign. So if you've been feeling a little latent or a little bit held back because of this retrograde, which of course we all tend to, it does create barriers and it kind of stalls our plans. And you know, I wasn't able to upload your video, and life goes on, and I'll just keep doing things till I can. You have to redo things during a retrograde. You can certainly relax, renew, review, you know, retreat. Take the time to stop and feel and really love and just enjoy and release things that you feel a little bit too, you know, frantic or ecstatic about with this energy of Gemini. It's great and it's fun, and it is time to plan those vacations and to get out and to do little staycays. All of that's entering into the picture. But, you know, also it is good time to really just sort of sit with yourself and your emotions and those people that you love and care about, and really kind of decide what's going to happen with this new moon. I am extremely excited. I love all new moons, and they happen every month for us, which is a blessing, as does the full moon. But this one is going to be, you know, like a new moon on steroids, and it's going to be a time for you to really, really write down those intentions, because you have the power to manifest what you want, and it may come in different forms. That's always an understanding that has to be done. This is free will with these messages. They're there to guide us and to help us along in our lives and utilize the energies as they come, help to channel into us. These are powerful, beautiful, forward, transformational energies. So I'm excited for that. And Virgo is an earth sign, and I mean, I love Virgo. Virgo is steady and consistent and reliable and diligent and steadfast and loyal and mutable, as is Gemini. So there's the idea that they can definitely, you know, change and mute and continue to grow themselves. They're very much about the mind and education and learning and sharing and helpful advice, information, organization. I think that's really good for a lot of Leos. I'm not saying you're not organized, Leos, but I think you have so much going on in the public eye. A lot of times you're a lot more social person than a lot of earth signs or Virgos. Not that Virgos aren't, but they are okay being in the background. You kind of really dig that. You don't necessarily want to share that limelight, to be honest. And that works for you too. It works really well. And then, like I said, there's the steadfast, long-term commitment that you feel, which is really kind of refreshing for a lot of people, certainly at a certain age, time, or cycle in their lives, where, you know, they have fun, they get out and they date, and they meet a lot of people, and then they want that stability. And that's what I'm feeling very strongly right now. The moon is actually in Taurus, so yeah, you're feeling that more than you might have even a week ago. And that's beautiful. It's great for both relationships. You know, all relationships, you want to feel like there's something you can hold on to, and you're fired up about it. You know, it's really nice. There's a lot of definite passion happening. Okay, and like I said, there's a predominance of water, and that's about our emotions. That's about the passion you carry inside anyway. So it works really well. Let me read the messages, though, getting on with the readings for you, and share with you what that means and what I understand, the guidelines coming through, and my spirit guides that help me always. And the first category, like I said, is the overall energy leading you to this reading for the first half of June. Wow. And you have the star. So yeah, you've never given up on some dream that you've had, whether it's been internalized inside of you for a long time, where you've been speaking out and yelling out and using your megaphone to get it straight across to everybody. This is what my dream is. This is what I want. And I am consistently going to believe in that. And consistently, you're a fixed sign, Leo. You don't give up. And you usually do achieve your dreams. And you do extremely well at it because, you know, your name is on it, for lack of a better way to describe it. You know, that's your ego. That's like, I represent this dream, so it has to be the best. And you don't want anything less, or the relationship, or whatever the star is about. But even more interesting is that, you know, the star in Tarot represents a sign of Aquarius. So there we go back to the predominance of energy of Aquarius. Also, Saturn is in Aquarius and it went retrograde, but that only means that it is more about internalizing and setting your sights and being very strict and firm in what it is you want to do, you know, and not taking on too much at once, but really working through this new project, this new relationship, taking the time, taking the energy and focusing it on that one thing will really help instead of too many things at once, which is Gemini season right now. You're kind of like, whoa, which way, what? I have so many ideas, so many thoughts, right? I get it. I'm feeling the same way. I think a lot of us are. People are talking faster, and I'm like, and it's exciting and it's beautiful. But that Saturn helps us to keep us on track. And then whatever it is we're doing or pursuing and we're diligent about and we work hard at, you got to work. Got to put that energy out. I mean, work can be a lot of different things to different people. I just mean you have to put that energy towards it. You have constant co-creation going on at all times. But we definitely are a huge part of that co-creation, and that does have to continue for that currency and that law of attraction and flow to continue. Beautiful first card though, you know, this is happening and it's something you know will, and you're ready to wait and willing to wait, but you're really excited at the same time. And I'm excited for you because this is what it's about. I always want to have hopes and things to look forward to and believe in and to hold on to. For me, that's essential in living in this physical form, you know, our spirits in this physical body. So fantastic, Leos and Virgos. And the second category, like I said, is the possible blessings or obstacles. But in my mind, I was just saying, if you don't know of a Virgo right now, Leo, give it some time. The new moons and retrogrades bring people back. They bring people in unexpectedly that you'd never known or would have imagined in the weird and strangest serendipitous kind of ways. I've already talked to and had people come back into my situation since this retrograde into my life that were positive. They were beautiful, you know, remembrances, and just like, wow, I haven't heard from that person. It felt really, really good. Okay, well, this is very interesting because it's pretty much right after having said what I said. It's the Seven of Cups. A lot of water, a lot of creativity, a lot of opportunities, especially with, you know, your birth season coming, your sun season coming in another couple, the end of June, or July, excuse me, into August. I'm so sorry. A little bit of crazy head with Mercury retrograde. We're heading into Cancer by June 20th, so then it goes into Leo. And, but you don't want to go crazy though. This is, you know, piggybacking off of what I've said about the star. It's the focus, it's the dream, it's the one important, and maybe two. I mean, it's okay to have two. I do that all the time. I love this, but I still want to do this. Seems to be a reoccurring part of my life, and I'm sure it is for you too, Leo, and a lot of people. And it makes sense. Why not? You know, versatility is another huge aspect of Gemini. And if you're around a Gemini, you're always going to be inspired to do that and to be more, to, you know, reach higher heights and stars. But yes, just require the realization that too much could then lend to nothing, because it just kind of, the energy just it just goes too far out. Focus it in, pick that one or two special cups, use that passion of yours. Know you're divinely guided. We have Jupiter in Pisces. That is a water sign. That's a Pisces, it's Cancer, Scorpio, all the water signs. They're very much about the feel and the just knowing what's working, when to move, when not to move, when to be still, trusting their intuition, their gift of ability to just have this foresight and psychic ability and understanding of laws of nature and life and cycles. It's amazing. So just reminding you, yes, you'll have a lot of opportunities. You always have, I think, in some form or another. It's going to be more. But just be very, very careful as to what you choose, and don't be that frightened or anything. I'm not trying to put any, anxiety about it, because whatever you choose is exactly what needs to be done. It is free will, and other opportunities come around in your life as well. This isn't the only time, right? I'm not trying to sell you like, but if you pay me, I'll be able to change. No, I don't do that. So, but I do ask for you to subscribe, or like and so forth if you haven't. And I do want to say something. I watched one of my favorite readers in tarot, spiritual leaders, and he made a very interesting and very valid point. People get afraid to subscribe because you think you're going to get a bunch of emails and stuff, and that's not the case. Another great way to word it would be to follow, but it is subscribe on YouTube. So following is super helpful for all of us. It's free. It just takes a moment. It lets us know that, yeah, thumbs up, you're doing okay, and I'd like to be a follower. I'd like to be part of your tribe. I feel what you're feeling, MaryAnne, and I want to acknowledge that. And it means a lot. And YouTube really wants that too. So for me to be able to continue doing this for you. So if that's the case, please help me out that way. I would greatly appreciate it. Final category is that of finances. And you have the Page of Swords. So information about your money. Once again, sword, that has to do, the star is the major arcana. It is the dream and the belief and the ability to change alchemy, in your life to really manifest exactly what you want. We do it all the time. But the swords are our mind. Once again, Gemini season, Libra, Aquarius. We have the ability to think things through carefully. We see a bunch of different sides. We want it to be fair, just. We're very straightforward, very truthful in a lot of ways. Sometimes, in a very, as they say, detached way. But, sometimes you have to do that. You've got to leave your emotions out when it comes to the air signs. That's how they feel. But they're compassionate, loving people, of course. They just want to be real, and a lot of times it has to do with legalities. Maybe something's opening up. There's some kind of inheritance, something of that nature comes into mind. Information of some sort. The page is the beginning, though. It's the kind of a new information, something new coming through you weren't aware of. Maybe from somebody younger. Maybe you're just making sure that childlike energy in you never ever dies, and you know that you have exactly what it takes to create and to amass wealth, whatever wealth means to you. But this is good news. This is information you want to know about. So be prepared. Once again, if it hasn't already happened, it will happen, and you will get some news with these eclipses. I'm telling you. And the last one with the Sagittarius on May 26th, full moon lunar super eclipse. Sagittarius is truth and knowledge and, philosophical outlooks and higher learning and educating ourselves and spreading the word and truth and travel and, just adventure and breaking free, independence in a way from our thoughts and our concerns and our belief systems that have maybe not been the best for us because we grew up with them. So we just thought that's how everybody thought, and that's the way it was. And now that's certainly changing. You and I both know that. I mean, myself alone have noticed my changing of things in the last couple of years. I've been quite astounded, but it's essential, right, for our ascension in this lifetime. So I'm excited about that for you. And I see a lot of blue, which is the third eye, and just this knowing, utilizing that third eye and connecting as much as you can to source. And the answers will be there for you. And many, many opportunities, as I said, Leo. And I think that's exciting for you because I think you've been dormant way too long. You do not like being that way. You like to be active. Be careful, though. Don't overdo it. Don't get too zealous. Physically, you want to take that step at a time, and just kind of make sure all your ducks are in line and, you're not too fiery, right? Because you know how you can be. Woo! You really are you're reactive and you want to move and make things happen. And that's what fire signs do. So I'm going to culminate this reading, like I said, with that special rune as a lasting little message. And I love the runes, and I have these beautiful amethyst runes that I got as a Christmas gift. So I'm wanting to learn them as well through time. And you have, it looks like an F, but I have my little cheat sheet here. And it's pretty phenomenal how it's been very, very synchronistic with the readings thus far since I brought these beautiful oracles out, divination of the runes. So in the back, what it is, it's Ansuz, which is A-N-S-U-Z. If I've butchered it, I apologize. And it looks like an F, but it's not, because it would start with an F. Maybe these are not, English alphabet. And so, yes, it's number 4. I love 4 because it represents stability. And with the Taurus moon, you probably have been feeling a little bit more of that anyway, in that kind of grounded, natural, practical sense that comes, and is necessary, as well as the highlighted feature of Virgo working through you and around you and for you, in your corner as a partner and a friend and a stable force. So let us see what it says more importantly inside. So number 4 is the word associated with it is word. Interesting. I don't remember if I picked this, maybe once. The time period is August 14th through August 28th. So we're talking between Leo season. My belated dear Leo brother, who passed away in 2017, his birthday was August 13th, and it goes through August 28th, which is Virgo season. So very interesting, synchronistic energy about Virgo. So like I said, if you don't know a Virgo, Leo, you may meet one, but it could be just the simple energy or something very profound happening between the new moon and the Virgo time and season, which is, August into September. So, wow. The response of the words associated with this rune are wisdom, eloquence, inspiration, study, poetry, creativity, there you go, love, that passion, friendship, useful counsel, pray, and loot. Now that's part of the lesser energies that happen. There's the yin and the yang, and they're going to be out there and amongst us. It's just preparing you and allowing you to understand that. And it could be one of those options you take that wouldn't be for your highest good. Just be on top of your game, listen to your higher power, focus on that star and that inspiration you have within you that would be for the highest good. And all shall be well. And that is absolutely beautiful. So I love that. It is definitely congruent with the reading. Then I go on to read the oracles, as I mentioned, and this is for every single Leo, and I do hope this uploads for you this time, Leo. I love this reading a lot, and you deserve it. And this is for you and every one of your beautiful relationships of love. Love is powerful. Love is necessary. Love will move mountains, and love heals like none other. So, for you, beautiful Leo. Now, first of all, I was using the Gilded Tarot, if I didn't mention that, for the Tarot, and now I'm reading for the Oracle, the Psychic Tarot for the heart. Had to have the heart there when it comes to you, Leos. And you have rebuild. Wow. Well, first of all, look at this gorgeous drawing or, illustration. Well, it's a huge angel, because there are angels everywhere. And I'm actually reading a book I got for Mother's Day, and it said, how do you speak to your angels? I've been doing it all my life. I just want to be able to really kind of be more specific now. And it's really inspiring me amazingly. And yes, there's an angelic force around you helping you now, because whatever wasn't happening and wherever you felt your lowest or your darkest, you're rebuilding that. You're allowing that. And the forces that are coming through with these beautiful eclipses, and Sagittarius is very complementary to you, being a fellow fire sign, Leo. So it's really helping you to just feel grounded and steady and recognize your worth, your empowerment yet again, but you've got that anyway. You were born with that. So it's number 16. You've got like this beautiful globe or heart-centered, spirited kind of energy. It's like the star, the the knowing and the intuition of the heart is the most strongest intuition, by the way. Carry that close to you. Listen carefully. The words and the number is 16, so 1 plus 6 is a 7. Now that can be extremely lucky and fortunate. It's also about working through your difficulties and your concerns and worries. 7 can have a double-edged, meaning to it, as most things in life. So that is a major arcana, being with the black border. And so that would be in the beginning. And we'll go right over here. Almost. Rebuild. The key words are collapse, expose, create, pretense, revelation, and awareness. Okay. Very beautiful, very beautiful. In order to rebuild, something must collapse, that like the tower in the tarot. And I mean, it can seem frightening and everything else, but at times you wish and you pray for that, because you don't know how else to do anything until that area, that time frame in our lives, or that relationship is gone. It's almost like you feel you can't start over without it. And so there you are in this time frame to do just that, with all the help and all the trust and love you can imagine. The dynamics of a relationship can often be complicated. The longer you've been in a relationship, the more complex it can be. Relationships begin to grow many layers, consisting of joys, sorrows, honesty, and duplicity. There we go with Gemini again, and that influence coming through. As these layers build on top of each other, it becomes increasingly difficult to know what the core of the relationship is based on. What was once love may now appear to be merely tolerance, or worse. Ooh, okay. Truth prevails. Even in good relationships, you may find yourself growing apart from the other person. In either case, the weight of these layers can cause a relationship to collapse. We must read on. Now may be a good time to start fresh with one or more of your relationships. Peel off the layers one by one. Cut away any pretense and see what may be revealed. Find the core of the relationship and decide if it's still what you want and what you find attractive. If so, then discard the old layers and consciously create a new commitment with this person or persons. One that's based on truth, honesty, and love, and you've got that in spades. This is how you operate. And I love you for that, Leo. Use the awareness gained by this exercise to steer the relationship on a clear, steady course. That is very, very, that moved me, I mean, I didn't know what I was going to be reading. Apparently I have not read that because I don't remember it at all. But it says so much. The affirmation is I cut to the core of my relationships and can consciously rebuild them. Oh, guess what? The Tower card archetype is the Tower. So the Tarot card. I mean, it sounded like it, and that is exactly what has to happen a lot of times. And it's always for the better, even though it doesn't feel like it at that time. But being truthful, being real, that's what will definitely help us at all times in our life. So finishing your reading, beautiful Leo, with your last oracle message in divination is the Super Attractor Manifestation deck. And it is about building and rebuilding and creating and manifesting the life you want. Trusting, believing, and feeling it as you passionately do. And like I remember my brother who passed saying to me, MaryAnne, it's nothing unless it's passionate. I mean, everything he did was so passionate. He was a world-renowned prestidigitation close-up magician. And yeah, also Leo, and very, very passionate. And he's right. You can go through your day, you can do the mundane things, and you can just be there, or you can take the passion and just, just light it up. And that's what passion does. And on an intimate, level too. So there's a lot of passion here, my friend. So your message for the ending and last message for today is, when I am grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. Yeah, I mean, there's a star because you're doing well. You're here. We made it through. I don't say it was easy, and challenges will come all the time. You know that. That's absolutely a part of life, and they do motivate us, and they do make us stronger, and all that. That's true. But just feeling grateful for every second, every moment, every miraculous moment, I should say, is really when it's going to get you on your road to what you desire, because it just comes in naturally. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know. And if you ever do subscribe and follow, you can always comment, and I will always respond, because I love the interaction. That's part of why I do this, a huge part of why I do this. So many blessings to you. Take good care. Until next time. Bye for now.